The end of the world is coming. We might not see it in our lifetime, maybe not even our kids' lifetime, but possibly our kids' will start to see that our earth is failing and we can no longer live on it, thrive on it, or live the regular life that we do live. So, what climate change is not only the rising of average temperatures throughout the year, but it is the weather changing dramatically, shifting of wildlife populations and habitats, as well as the rising sea levels that impacts everyone and everything around us. So one important key component in climate change is carbon. So I'm going to show a quick video about what carbon is.
Basic building blocks of life on Earth. It's found all over the place, like in animals, plants, and it's also found in non-living material, like rocks and the atmosphere.
Carbon is important for many reasons, including providing lots of the power that we use. It's found in coal, it's found in fossil fuels, it's found really in all of our main sources of energy. You can find carbon in many different types of source pools. There's a lot of carbon in the ocean. That's actually one of our main carbon pools on our planet. You can find carbon in the atmosphere as different gases, such as carbon dioxide, and you find lots of carbon in the terrestrial areas, so in plants, in trees, or in soils.
So what else do we know about the
So like they said, carbon is found pretty much everywhere, and not all carbons are bad, but the bad one that we start to look at is carbon dioxide and what it causes, the reaction to Earth over time as there becomes too much carbon dioxide in what's called the greenhouse gases and atmosphere and that kind of thing. So with the rising of carbon dioxide, then we start to see temperature rising slowly, but it's significant enough to where we'll start to reap the benefits of seeing that rise. Some of the things that we might start to see are heat waves that we've never seen before in our lifetime, which causes different chain reactions to affecting the weather patterns, plant animal life, the way humans live, as well as sea levels rising back to where we've seen almost 3 million years ago, 50 to 80 feet. So that's putting now cities, coastal cities, in jeopardy, as well as small islands and all that other kind of thing. But here, looking at climate.gov, you can start to see the rise, if I can get that adjusted, the rise of carbon dioxide parts per million. So even in the past 5 years, we are now at close to 407 parts per million ppm for carbon dioxide, which at this rate we will not be able to sustain higher readings and that kind of thing. And so ways to reduce that are simply starting small with the things that we can't control, such as switching from gas cars to electric cars, trying to walk more, bike more, recycling, reduce, reuse, replant. Those simple things that we started to learn can reduce the effects of climate change. And to kind of wrap up, I'll show, this is 1850 we're starting at here. This is a little quick video as I start to wrap up, but this is going to show you the climate change over the years, and you can start to see around 2008, I believe, is when you kind of start to see the red, the hot, the heat, and climate fluctuates differently per continent, per country, and we can only try to control it as best as we can. But the main thing that we need to start doing is talking about this more. This is becoming a problem that we might not face, but I think that every parent can agree that they want the best for their children. They want the best lives for their children. And each parent is given an opportunity to teach about this so that when they get older, and their children have children, then they can continue the new tradition of, see if I can get that closer, the new tradition of saving our planet, basically, because we've gotten to a point now where things are starting to become irreversible and we can no longer put a foot in the door to try to stop. So now we are 1999 coming up on 2000. So as you can see, it is not just a decade of bad heat waves or bad weather that we're having, strange heat. It is now starting to cause more and more problems that we are not listening to. Thank you all for listening to my little rant. Hopefully I have opened up your minds a little more to the possible problem and the possible solutions that we can create for our Earth. Thank you all.